I'm surprised you thought this next team, it's yours, was harder though, because there's only one option.
There's only one option, and I don't believe in him, so I refuse to pick.
The
I literally
Max
am not.
slander is out of control.
I'm not going to pick because let's just go through the big names on the roster: Kyle Lowry, Victor Oladipo, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, Markieff Morris, Bam Adebayo, who we mentioned earlier. Like, because he's already at the All-Star level, I'm not picking him, even though I think he's going to make another jump. And then Tyler Herro and KZ Okpala. Okpala is not going to be a prominent enough member of the rotation. I just don't think that Tyler Herro is a star. So Herro is
So
by
you have
default,
to be a star to break out now?
I considering the reputation he built from the bubble, yes, because he was overvalued to the point of being excluded from trade conversations. So yeah, he's got to be a star to be a breakout in my eyes right now. And I don't see it, so I'm abstaining. I'm not making a pick.
Max Strus is the pick if you believe his step back jumper from Summer League is coming to the regular season.
But where is he going to get minutes now that they've added Lowry?
And the pick is Tyler Herro. Here's my thing. The Heat, I think, are a little bit better at the top with Kyle Lowry over Goran Dragic. And that'll make life easier on Tyler Herro as well. But where I'm really intrigued by Tyler Herro is I don't think he was as bad last year as people thought. It's because there was the report that came out that said the Heat wouldn't include him in a trade for James Harden. Here's my theory behind
it. To be clear, I'm not saying he was bad either. Just that I don't think that his reputation is going to be exceeded by his production.
That's fair enough. But I think that perception sort of veered from reality because of that report. And my gut there is that the Heat let that come out because they had no feasible path to trading for James Harden. And so why let Tyler Herro think that he's involved in these trade negotiations? It's a little bit of an ego bump for him. But Tyler Herro shot 34.4% on his off-the-dribble threes after the All-Star break. After the All-Star break overall, he shot 37.7% from three, averaging 14.4 points per game, 3.2 assists. He was still pretty solid on hitting difficult looks when he would drive to the basket. I think where he struggled, there's the high variance part to his game. And players like him that might always be caked into it. But they also tried to play him a lot as sort of this pseudo point guard. They might have to do so again. I thought his feel got better as the year went on there. And I'm not saying that's the role that he should be. I'm not saying he's the next Devin Booker because I don't think he is. Push comes to shove, the Miami Heat should have traded Tyler Herro for the player that they thought Tyler Herro was going to become already. That being said, when you look at this roster, it's simultaneously really good, yet still needs him to be good, even though it can be really good independent of him. Like the depth still isn't great, and their shooting is a big concern. Duncan Robinson is their best shooter. Tyler Herro's number 2 right now. Like your 2 best players don't even shoot threes. Kyle Lowry's more experienced off the dribble. But we might see some regression there given that he's like 86 years old or whatever it is at this point. So I think there's a real opportunity for Herro to improve. And I'm with you. I don't view him as a future star, but I actually thought he showed more signs of progress most of the time as the year went on. And again, there's the high variance element to his game that's tough to get around. He's the only option here, but I also think he is a viable.
Which is fair. It's more just a principle thing for me where I'm lower than most on the Heat's roster construction. And even if he's their path to that changing, it's the reputation thing for me. Like I can't get out of my head that there's a gulf between production and expectations and reputation. And I don't think that can be closed. And to me, like maybe he can break out into the player people think he already is. Is that a breakout?
People don't think he's already that player. They think he's one of the most overrated players in the league, is my point, though. That is consensus at this point outside of Miami, I would bet.
If you're a consensus overrated player, then aren't there people rating you that high by definition?
No, because people are thinking that they're railing against other or the actual perception.
But who's thinking that?
It's probably
like a straw writers and whatnot.
It's a straw man argument at this point. It's like when people say that Kyrie Irving can't dribble, and then they post a video of him like cooking people off the dribble. It's a fake argument. You're arguing with a brick wall at this point if you're saying Tyler Herro's overrated to me because you think that people are rating him that highly. They're not anymore. I would argue there are more people who are lower on his long-term outlook than super high. Is I guess what I'm getting at.
Fair enough.